Shalom.
Shalom.
The brothers, the Hebrew Israelites back here again on another Saturday. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, and Chakodash.
double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. We're going to go into a lesson on the war because it's all over the news right now, especially dealing with Russia.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
Yeah, blow ye the trumpet. That's what we're doing right now, because back in the ancient world, when there was an assembly, or like when there was an alert, that's what they did. They blew the trumpet, and that's what we're doing right now. So cry out loud and spare not. That's the trumpet.
That's right. It reads, "Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand."
Yeah, so the day of the Lord is right around the corner. Yahweh Shai, he's coming back very soon. The day of the Lord will be dreadful. Some Christians, they say they're saved and all that. They want the Lord to come back, but they're eating pork, they're eating shrimp. They're not keeping any of the laws, except for giving tithe and the pastor being extra and taking the people's money.
This is verse 2. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness.
Yeah, so darkness and gloominess, literally, it's going to be a day like, that's never been. The chariots are going to cover the sky. The Lord's going to come back on the fathership. And the day of gloominess, meaning, there's going to be lack of understanding. There's going to be a lot of, running around, looking for the truth. People are going to be going mad. There's going to be worker troops out here. There's going to be robots running around. There's going to be drones. There's going to be a lot of hell going on. That's the gloominess.
It reads, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, of great people in the strong, there have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations.
Yeah. Great people, if I'm not mistaken, brother, that's talking about missiles. Right. It's going to be 200 million missiles, 200,000. That's going to completely, obliterate America. It's going to take about an hour to destroy America. And it took, Esau hundreds of years to build this place up, because this is the great kingdom. This is Babylon the Great. This is the reincarnation of the Roman Empire, and the earth have seen nothing like it. Mainly dealing with technology, and also it's a melting pot. Like the Roman Empire, because there's a whole bunch of people here. In New York City, there's masses. There's tribes here. There's Edomites from all different type of places, Europe, Russia, Georgia. Persians, Elamites. It's everybody here. But the Lord will completely bathe this place and make this place, a lake of fire.
I got a quick one, son. Yeah. This is Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy.
Yeah, the smith is talking about the scientists, the modern day nuclear scientists, because the Lord put the spirit in them, the understanding. He unlocked their mind, to come up with that bomb. You had the hydrogen bomb, the atomic bomb, so on and so forth, and the nuclear bomb, and many of thermonuclear technology. That's what they have right now, and the Lord is increasing the technology so that it will take less time for a missile to come over here, but it will do more destruction.
That's right. Real quick. This is, but you said that. This is Daniel 12:4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
Yes. So shut up the book, meaning the understanding.
Right.
So up until that time, all those years ago until now,
Right.
this is when the Lord unlocked the mind of our teachers and our teachers. The apostles of Great Millstone and their teachers. This is where the understanding is at right now. Because for years, for centuries, we had to fall off. There had to be a falling away first. But now the Lord is raising us up. This is where the understanding is at. We're running to and fro. With the knowledge, we're teaching, and the Lord is increasing us. As we teach and as we be brotherly and as we put on the elect.
That was it.
I'm going to go back to Joel, second chapter. This is Joel chapter 2, verse 3. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth.
Again, it's talking about the missiles. No one will escape it. No one. If you're on the shores, if you're on the soil of America, you will be destroyed. The Lord will allow certain of the elites to leave this place and not be destroyed. But if you're here, no bunker is going to save you. Again, the Lord is going to allow the elites to escape this. Yeah.
It reads, and behind them a desolate wilderness, here and nothing shall escape them.
Yes, sir. Nothing will escape it. 200 million missiles, right? Now, excuse me, Salake. 200 million warheads.
Right.
Because a missile,
like I said, 200 million.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that. Because Mosaka actually has sent 2 million missiles for multiple warheads.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be, Mossad is gonna melt this place because there's gonna be so much, missiles to the point where it's gonna lead us as a lake of fire. Because when John seen it, he referenced it as being a lake of fire, like a pool. It's a pool of like lava, just like floating. And that's from the aftermath of the mission destroying America.
This is Joel chapter 2, verse 4. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so they run.
Yeah, so horses and horsemen. Horse represents strength, and then the horsemen, talking about the army of them. It's 200 million of them, and Joel.
200 missiles.
Yeah.
Is it? I got it right here. Revelation, 9th chapter. We did it.
Yeah.
This is Revelation, chapter 9. You start at. Let me see. I'm gonna start at verse. Yeah, the 20. Yeah. Let's see. Verse 6. Oh, I got it. This is Revelation chapter 9, verse 14, saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels, which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men.
Yes. Now, the Lord has angels that's holding back the destruction, that's holding back the 4 winds. Because the elect has to be sealed before the destruction comes. So can you read that last part?
It reads, I'm going to read it again. And the 4 angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men.
Yes, now who is that third part of men that's going to be slain? It's talking about the wicked. It's talking about you so-called white people, which are Edomites, according to the scriptures. They're going to slay the third part of men. Because, America, is known by many names in the scriptures. You have Babylon the Great, you have Rome, all over again. You have Assyria, but talking about Basra, because Basra was a city in
Edom.
Edom. So you know, the Lord's gonna slay the third part of men, which represents the Edomites.
Yeah, because you had three classifications of men.
Yep.
You had the sons of the Most High, which is Yasharala, the Israelites. You had the sons of men, which is the other nations. And you had the sons of the wicked, the so-called white man. You know?
And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them.
Yeah, that's it right there. 200,000. 200 million missiles.
Yep. This is Isaiah 13 and 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it.
Yeah, so stirring up the Medes. We're talking about Russia. And Russia is being stirred up right now. Because the Lord is putting, you know, the spirit on Putin, you know, to go all in right now. You know, they're Ukraine. Putin is saying that nuclear war is not a bluff right now. You know, and he's also drafting 300,000, you know, more troops. You know, so that's not us hearing up of the Medes. You know, when who are the top superpowers on earth right now? You have America, and then you have Russia, and then, you know, under them you have China, and so on and so forth. And because China has nuclear missiles, you have Iran that has nuclear missiles, South Korea has nuclear missiles. You know, Israel, you know, has nuclear missiles.
What?
No, nothing.
You know,
I'm gonna get you out. I got this. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 2. I will also gather all nations. I will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Yes, so that first part is going to gather the nations to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Now that's Yahweh Shabbat in the Hebrew, which means Yahweh, the Most High's judgment.
I'm gonna read it again. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people.
Yes, so he's going to plead with them for his people. And how is he going to plead with them? You know, he's going to send the angels down and be like, please stop, give me my people back. No, it won't go like that. He's going to plead with you by destroying you. No?
where's the Valley of Jehoshaphat?
That's in the Middle East.
Yep.
It reads, and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Yeah, so the nation of Israel has been scattered everywhere. Everywhere from Japan, you know, to you know, the Americas, of course, you know, the 12 tribes are here. But on the other side of the world, you have Israelites everywhere, and some of them, you know, look like those nations that they're in. You know,
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Yeah, so for us going off, you know, against the Lord, breaking the law, statutes, and commandments, for serving other gods, you know, the Lord is like, all right, I'm gonna get you out of my sight. I'm gonna sprinkle you, you know, to all the other nations, and they're gonna serve their gods because He didn't serve me. So now the Lord is still gonna have mercy on us. You know, first starting with the elect, and the 1/3, and then the 2/3 is gonna come after that.
Right.
So you have Drake's in Russia because we ruled Russia, we ruled Europe, and also we were sent there in slavery. You know, the Gadites, the so-called Native American Indians, and the other tribes, they were sent to Spain, you know, as slaves. So you have Israelites everywhere. You have Israelites that look Asian, you know. You have Israelites that look like so-called white people. You have Israelites in the Middle East. You have Israelites that look like the Ish people, that look like Amalek.
Yep, I got something. You got something?
Oh, no, go ahead. I got something.
You got something? This is what is that? Go ahead, Demond.
This is Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 31. I know he shall come even to the ends of the earth, for the Lord have a controversy with the nations. He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword, saith the Lord.
Yeah, so the Lord has a controversy. And what's that controversy? The whole world knows who the Israelites are except for the Israelites. You know, the dry bones, you know, they're talking about us, but now, you know, we've broken up, and we have flesh on us, and also we have the breath, because some only have the flesh. Who I'm an Israelite, you know, I have a shirt with fringes, or I have the full garment, but I'm still going off, you know, in certain places. But we have the flesh and we have the breath.
This is Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 31. It reads, a noise shall come even to the ends of the earth, for the Lord have a controversy with the nations. He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword, saith the Lord.
Yeah, so he's going to plead with all flesh. He's going to bring them to the valley of Jehoshaphat. He's going to judge them there. And then the Lord is going to come back, you know, simultaneously with the nuclear missiles. You know, the missiles are going to be shut off. The Lord's going to make his appearance, going to block out the sky with the chariots. You know, it's going to be the day of the Lord, the day of Yahweh Bashim Shai. You know, the Most High and his son, they're so-called black men. You know, they're Jakes.
That's right.
You know? So they're going to make a grand appearance. Better than Michael Jackson, better than any entertainer you've ever seen. You know?
Lord made them. He's going to do it the best.
Yeah, it's not going to be a thing of entertaining either.
Yeah.
It's going to be a dreadful appearance.
Right.
It's going to be grand, amazing, and it's going to be dreadful.
Yep.
Verse 32, thus saith the Lord of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. Woo! God. This is Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 32. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth.
Yeah, so forgive me, you know, that evil was talking about missiles, right?
Yeah, you know, and you know that great whirlwind is talking about, you know, the chariots of fire, man. All right, because in Psalms 104:4 it says what the Lord is going to come in a whirlwind, man. All right, and we go to Isaiah the 65th chapter. It talks about how he's going to come with the chariots of fire, man.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, along with the nuclear missiles. It reads, verse 33, and the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground.
Yeah, so the Lord is gonna slay, you know, so many people by various different ways, but you know, at the last, by the missiles, there's gonna be, you know, a lot of bodies. There's gonna be a great feast for the birds of prey. You know, after everything is said and done, you know, after everything gets you know, destroyed, there's gonna be, you know, bodies everywhere. So the birds are gonna have a great feast, and then, you know, after that, after we come down, you know, from the chariots, after we come down from the chariots, and then after that, the Lord is gonna, go for the elites, and then they're gonna have to clean up all those dead bodies.
It's continuing employment.
Yeah, according to Ezekiel chapter 39, I believe.
Yep.
That was it. That was it on that.
I said that. This is Isaiah 26 and verse. No, matter of fact. 20. 25? No, matter of fact, 24. Yeah, this is Isaiah 24 and verse 21. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth.
Yeah, so the high ones is talking about who really runs the world, the wicked. It's talking about the elites, and the high ones is talking about the elites, and the kings, who really runs the world. It's talking about the elites, the different nations, but first off, starting with the Rothschilds and Rockefellers and all those elite banking families.
Right. Yep. I'm gonna read it again. This is Isaiah 24 and 21. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth.
Yeah, so the Lord is gonna punish them. Who doesn't get destroyed by the missiles? They're gonna be started off into slavery. Like we were. Get the one in Revelation.
This is Revelation 13, and I'm gonna start at verse 9. And it reads, any man have an ear, let him hear.
If you hear something and you perceive it, it's talking about understanding.
Yep. It says, he that leadeth into captivity, it says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Yeah, so who led the nation of Israel into captivity, into slavery? The so-called white man did. And also, don't forget about the Ishmaelites, the so-called Arabs, and the other nations too, because we were cut it off into the different countries of the world. Those two, and also the Hamites, the Africans, because those three played a part in catching us when we were in West Africa. So.
That's why it's called the transatlantic slave trade.
Yeah.
It wasn't like just Esau just snatching us up. Yeah. It was trading. Yeah. You had Ishmael making the ships. You had him trading with the Edomites. Yeah. Muskets, guns, and wine. Joel 3 and 6. 3 and 6. You know what I mean? So it wasn't just Esau just pillaging and robbing and raping, and which that's his nature. He did that with the Gadites. But we're talking about as far as the southern tribe, it was a trade. It wasn't just, what I mean? Esau didn't just come in, because he couldn't handle Jake. So he had to deal with them. He had to have the Hamites on his side and the Ishmaelites.
This is Joel chapter 3, verse 6. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians. That
start at the top, man.
Read from verse 5?
No, start at verse 1.
Oh, Con. Yeah. Con. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days, and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
Yes, he's going to bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. He's going to turn back our captivity. We're not going to go into captivity anymore. He's going to send his son to deliver us.
Right.
Judah and Jerusalem. Judah is talking about the southern kingdom, and then Jerusalem, I believe that's talking. All right,
this is Joel.
All of Israel, ultimately.
All of
Israel. Jerusalem is what? The Israelites. It's a people before a place. When King David was on the scene, he united all 12 tribes. You know what I mean? So Jerusalem represents the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom.
God. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days, in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Yeah, so he's gonna bring again our captivity, by saving us, by delivering us. Once brothers, the elect 144,000 and the 1/3 are up in them ships. That's it. There's no more going off into slavery, because we'll have a heart of flesh. The Lord will download and program the laws, statutes, and commandments, into those new bodies, so we'll never go off again. From sin comes death.
The wages of sin.
Yeah.
The wages of sin is death.
The wages of sin is death. So we're never gonna sin. So the Lord won't have a reason, to put us down again.
Go back you up. It's Jeremiah 31 and 33. We just speaking of. It says, "But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, will I put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their God, and they shall be my people."
Yeah. So the Most High is gonna, put it in us, so that we don't go off anymore. So therefore, he won't have a reason to punish us as a people ever again. Once we get those new bodies, the Lord is there. Brothers are in those ships, praising Yahweh Shema Shai, for delivering us from this great destruction. Bathing this place in fire. That'll be the beginning, of Jacob's rule. That will be the beginning of the kingdom of heaven.
I got it. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 3. "And they have cast lots for my people, and have
Cast lots.
This is Joel chapter 3, verse 3. "And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine."
Yeah. So when you cast a lot, right? When we came here, they had Jake on a wooden podium. They're coming him off like, so he's strong. They call it the buck. Look at his chin, look at his teeth. He's gonna be a great worker. He's gonna work 20 hours in the field. And they're bidding on us.
Yeah, I would say that he was bidding.
Yeah.
He had his own auction of lots.
Yes, passing lots. Bidding,
lots.
that's passing lots.
Yeah. Gambling.
Yeah. 55, 65, 80, 100.
I don't want to keep brothers. Basically, what that we were merchandise.
Yeah.
Right.
We was their possession. They could do what they will with us, and they did.
They say livestock.
Yeah.
Of human resources.
Yeah.
They call us that to this day.
Yeah, when you go to work, they have a department called human resources. It's talking about the workers. You're a slave.
Right.
It sounds fancy. Human resources. Oh man, that's such a nice, words. Human resources, but if you're a slave, you're a human resource. Think about it.
Yeah, you think about it. Yeah, right.
It reads, this is Joel chapter 3, verse 3. "And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot."
Yeah, giving a boy for a harlot. During slavery, Esau had brothels with little Jake boys, and he would turn them, into alphabet people. He would sleep with us. He would sleep with them. He would put glitter all over them, and he'll feminize them.
Showed you that in Goodbye Uncle Tom. They had the glitter on the little boys.
It reads, "And sold the girl for wine."
Yeah, so slavery, girls are sold for wine. When a new batch of slaves will come over, when a new batch of slaves will reach to America, you'll divide the family. You know, so you won't ever see a son or daughter again, and then you know, as a child, you won't ever see your parents again.
Con. It reads that they might drink. Here, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
Yeah, Tyre and Zidon, those are two countries of a boastful Israel. Those are where the Hamites go. You know? So it's talking about Ham, you know, so-called Africans.
Right? And all the coast of Palestine.
Yeah, all the coast of Palestine. Who's living in Palestine right now? You have Ishmael, the so-called Arabs, and then you have the Ish people, you know, Amalek.
That's right. Will ye render me a recompense?
Yeah, will ye render me a recompense? Look at the word recompense, please.
And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head?
Yeah, so if ye recompense me, you know, swiftly and speedily, will I recompense you? Recompense upon your own head.
I got the etymology for recompense: compensation, payment for a debt or obligation, satisfaction, amends.
Okay, so if you make amends, if you try to make a payment for what you did,
Yeah.
there is no amount of payment that can please the Lord, you know, for what you devils did to his people. You devils talking about the wicked, so-called white people, but also Ishmael, Ham, you know, Moab to all the nations, you know, according to Psalms 83, because they all benefit from it. You had Jake's or cut it off into slavery by the Ishmaelites, and they went to China, they went to South Asia, they went all over. So if you try to make a payment, you know, we're gonna try to gather all the gold from the earth and try to pay the Lord. Come on, bro.
Right.
You did that scripture that's talking about the trees of Lebanon. No,
Yeah,
that's
Isaiah
sufficient.
13 or 14.
Yeah.
I think you may get it?
I don't know, but you know, just an example. There's nothing that can appease the Lord for what you did to his people.
Right,
Because
right.
guess what?
Go ahead.
Because the Lord did that to his people. He used you to do that to his people, but the deceived and the deceiver are his. So you're like, oh man, we got people of Israel in slavery. We're doing good. Hundreds of years of free labor, right?
Right.
And then when the Lord comes back, you're like, okay, Lord, you know, you allowed us to do all this to your people, so please let us go. We have all the gold, all the silver, all the rubies in the world. We're gonna give it to them as a payment, you know, to make amends for compensation. The Lord's gonna be like, nah, you're gonna be destroyed, and then you're gonna go into slavery.
Hey, scripture say riches are profit not in the day of the Lord's wrath.
Yeah.
What's that scripture when it says, by the blood of them that shed it?
Numbers 35.
Numbers 35. Yeah, I'm gonna get that real quick. Because that's the only that's gonna please the Lord. By your blood got to be shed. I'm gonna get this real quick. This is Numbers 35 and 33. It says, "So ye shall not pollute the land where ye are, for blood defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed in, but by the blood of him that shed it."
Yeah. So this land, America, has been defiled because the children of Israel, you know, their blood was spilled on this land.
Right.
First, talking about the so-called Native American Indians, the Gadites and Reubenites, you know, their blood was spilled, and then when Judah, Benjamin, and Levi were brought here, their blood was spilled, you know, for hundreds and hundreds of years. You know, you devils had, you know, your way with this. They would, you know, they would amputate. You know, I don't know another word for it right now, but they would amputate us.
That's the perfect word.
They would cut, you know, the stomachs of our women and then take out the children, and then they would bash their heads, you know, on the rock. That's the scripture too, if you can get it.
Amos chapter 1, verse 9. She was talking about Ham and Esau. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Tyrus, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom, and remembered not the brotherly covenant.
Yeah, so Ham, delivered us up. Ham delivered us up, to Esau. And Esau, being our twin brother, back in the ancient world, Jacob and Rebekah. I'm sorry. Isaac and Rebekah, they got together, and then Rebekah had twins. That's Jacob and Esau. Now we were brothers, but you broke the brotherly covenant because of hate, because you gave up your blessing. You gave up your birthright, and you've been mad. You showed nothing but hate for thousands of years, because that happened thousands of years ago. Well over 3,000 years ago, and you're still mad. But now the Lord gave you a time to rule, and then you think, oh yes, man, my nest is in heaven. I got the people of the Lord in slavery. I'm about to chip everybody, so I'm good. I'm gonna try to bypass the slavery. I'm gonna try to go around the Lord, so I can keep the seat in Satan's kingdom. Well, nah, the Lord is gonna come and he's gonna put everything away.
Verse 10, but I will send a fire on the wall of Tyrus, which shall devour the palaces thereof. Verse 11, thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity.
Yeah, so read that again.
Amos chapter 1 verse 11, thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
Yeah, so the transgressions of Edom, you put our people into slavery, but you overdid it. It's supposed to be a certain line, a certain threshold that you weren't supposed to pass, but the Lord allowed you to pass it because I have created the wicked for the day of evil. Jacob, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that followed. So you had to rack up all those sins. Your sins had to reach up to heaven for the Lord to come down, and completely destroy you, and take his children, and set them up as rulers under Yahushua, and then you will be at the bottom.
That's how prophecy can be fulfilled. Yeah. It says, it speaks about Esau will be utterly destroyed. Yeah. So Esau, Most High got to justify it.
Yeah.
That's why Esau went to the extreme. The Most High going to justify all the things he's going to do, because that had to be fulfilled.
Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity.
Yeah, so he pursued us with the sword. When Christopher Columbus came over here, he couldn't stop, killing, because the Most High, Yahweh Shemel Shai, put that murderous spirit in him to conquer our people, to destroy our people, because that's our punishment. But it's gonna be our final punishment. After this, it's gonna be no more slavery. Esau is gonna rebel, or some madness like that.
Right.
It's not gonna happen.
And his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever.
Yeah, so his wrath is even here right now. These are police. They're murdering Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. There's medical warfare against our people. When a woman goes into a hospital to have birth, anything can happen, because there's racism. Not just dealing with the police. There's different categories of racism.
Yeah.
When you go to a bank, right, you try to get a loan, they're gonna make up an excuse, right? You can't get the loan, but another nation come over here, they can't speak English, can't speak nothing. They get a loan and a grant so that they don't have to pay it back to start a business to set themselves up before we can.
Right.
There's racism in every sector of life, of society. That's how it's set up because Esau's going to be the head and we're going to be the tail. He shall lend to thee. And I'm sorry, can you get that? Deuteronomy 28?
Yeah, I got a precept. The scripture say, he shall lend to, we shall borrow the spirit. But he shall lend to us, but we won't be able to borrow, I believe.
Yeah. It's in Deuteronomy 28 and 44. He shall, I'm gonna start at 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get thee above very high.
Yeah, so that stranger is talking about the so-called white man because he's a stranger to us.
It says, he shall get thee above very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
Yeah, so Esau, he came over here, he did his thing, and he put our people at the bottom. He told you Issacharites, you can't be here anymore. You can't be in Texas. You can't be in California. Arizona, you can't be here anymore. And then when Issachar, and Zebulon and the other tribes, they try to come over here, they risk their life to come over here. You call them immigrants. When they own the land, Texas, California, that's Issachar land. So Esau's at the top, and then we're on the bottom. And please don't mention the celebrities, all right? Because they sold out. They have to participate in satanic rituals constantly. Not just one time, they have to do it constantly. That's why they take drugs. That's why they eventually fall out, if they don't get taken up.
It says, verse 44, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
Yeah, so he shall lend to us. We're going to go to him for the one of all things. Right. Please don't be over-righteous, all right? This isn't 100% cotton because we can't buy 100% cotton because everything is defiled. We have to go to him for the one of all things. Whenever we want anything, you want a job, you want a loan for a car or a house or whatever for a big purchase, we have to go to the so-called white man. And he treats us different. Dealing with the car loans, right? Jake's so-called Negros, Latinos, and Native Americans, you get a higher car note than the other nations. Look that up, it's true.
Yeah, because they know that you got bad credit.
Yeah.
So you come in, they like, you got bad credit. We're going to smack him with an APR that's 24%. And they already doing the calculation in his mind. He not doing money. His credit not good. You get the car, by the time you get it out, 5 months later, it's going to be back to us.
Yeah.
That's how they're looking at it. And now you back in debt even more. Yeah. It says, he shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
Yeah, so Esau's at the head, and then we're at the bottom. We're the tail. Jacob's in the ghettos, destroying themselves. But Jake's so wicked. The 2/3 are wicked, but Esau amplifies it so that they could go to the Lord and accuse us before the Lord. Be like, look at them, look at what they're doing. They're killing each other. The women are doing abortions, which Esau set up. They're doing this, they're doing that. They're eating all type of abominations, which you put swine in everything. There doesn't need to be swine in chocolate. Like
swine and fucking honey turkey.
This right here, there's swine in this concrete. So everything is defiled. We try to be perfect, but our righteousness are as filthy rags. If you try to get 100% cotton and you're breathing in the air, you're going off because they spray, barium oxide and all different type of mess in the air every morning.
That's why it says, like in Deuteronomy, for the one of all things. Yeah. Like you could say 100% cotton, but then this is really 100% cotton.
Right.
Now Esau has a language that he used to deceive. Like if you buy, let's say, eggs, you might say farm raised, and you have them like in a pit, and based off their language, you might just give them, you might have a little window of light. Now, based off language, now you can say, well, it's farm raised, because they can come out like 2 feet or a foot. You know what I'm saying? Because the guy did a documentary on it, the same guy that did Supersize Me with McDonald's. He did a documentary on, you know, how they use language to see people. Look at this Jake. Look at it came over here. That's not even a homeless person.
It's called drunk.
They're drunk in the bushes, and there's another issue called further down. Yeah, they're not even homeless. They're just drunk. But that's the condition of Israel. You know, that's Deuteronomy 28th chapter right there. Because most of our people suffer from depression. You know, because you can tell they're not home. You got clean sneakers. You hear his phone ringing, or his alarm, something going on in his pocket. But you know, Issachar will work long hours, and then they'll start drinking heavy to escape, the stress. You know, but that's all the curses that the Most High put on Israel. You agree in the scripture? He should be the head, that should be the tail. Now anything that's the head, that's the thing that's leading. The tail is the thing behind that's following behind. So now we're being led by the so-called white man. You don't have control. You don't have 100% control of your kids, because Esau pretty much will tell you your kids don't even belong to you. You're just a caretaker. They belong to the state. That's why if you do something that's not fit in the eyes of the state, ACS could come and take them from you and give it to somebody else, because they're telling you they don't belong to you.
When you go to court and you get sued, it says the state of New York against. So you're disobeying or breaking the laws of the state. So the state has the right to challenge your authority.
Or the people's.
The people versus
Yashar, Kabasha, or Lamadia.
And who the hell is the people?
And us.
Ain't
The
us.
people is talking about the state.
Yeah.
You know, but when you look at the language, you'll think that, it's really the people.
Right.
But you're talking about the state. But
Right.
you get confused with their language.
Right.
Like you go to court and it might be something that's unfair, and they never give you a warning.
Right.
Whereas they'll get Esau, let's say let's say you missed a court date, right?
Yeah.
Or you was late. And the judge might say, the next time you do this, you're going to jail. Do you understand? Now once you agree to a verbal contract, you agree to a verbal contract, so you come up late. Next time, it could be any circumstances. Somebody could have a family emergency. They're gonna lock you up. So you never say you agree. But you're not taught that in school. You're not taught that anywhere. Whereas Esau, they don't play them type of games with Esau. Because one, Esau, they're aware how the system works. And then two, Esau, they don't really have these problems because they usually juice in. Somebody either work at, law enforcement or who with the judge, they might see that person's last name, so you related to a family, they'll back off.
They can afford lawyers. Mm-hmm. We can't afford that. We be scrambling, trying to figure out how we gonna get out this situation. But Esau,
you might get legal aid. And then the thing with the legal aids is that they don't really have a home. They went to school, they passed the bar, now they're attorneys, but they don't have a home. When I say a home, I'm talking about a law firm. Yeah. They don't have a law firm that they work for, right. So they might work for as a legal aid, trying to figure out, where they want to go. But they want to become district attorneys. So your case might be compromised because they want to become, district attorney, work as an attorney for the city. So they might leak out information that you may not be privy of,
right? Because
they're trying to look for, for them to get, promoted somewhere.
Come on, I got a scripture. Zechariah chapter 1 verse 15. I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. It says,
Ease means to be comfortable. Because our problem is not the same problem as the heathens. You know, we our lifestyle. There's a lifestyle barrier with Jake and the heathens. We have totally different worlds. Like when Jake see the cops, they panic. You know, they get anxious. They go through anxiety, even if they do nothing wrong, because you know easily they can make up something, and it's your word against them. Whereas the so-called white race, Esau, they don't get anxiety, because to them they did to protect and serve. To us, they did to harass. Go ahead.
it says, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction.
So yeah, the Most High did put us in their power, but Esau took it overboard. You know, he showed us no mercy. That's why Esau gonna pay. He showed no mercy. Now, you just meant to be in his hand. We was to serve. But Esau, he was committing acts of homosexuality, pedophilia, you know, genocide on the babies, things just for sport. So he showed no mercy. He showed no mercy on the old or the young, as the scripture said.
Right. Indoctrination.
Mm-hmm. You know, like a lot of things right now, Esau attacked the mind through social engineering. Yeah. And what do you mean by that? They put it in the cartoons, in the TV shows, in the minds of the young, in TV shows, cartoons, you know, things that's adverse to nature. Look at this shit right here.
Man can't even just sleep.
Get him in the grass. That's to get this shit up, Jake. You know what I'm saying? But that's what we read it. Yeah. You know, you ain't gonna see a Moabite sleeping in the grass. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna see Ishmael sleeping in the grass. You always see Jake. The majority of homeless people are usually Jakes, bugged out of their mind.
Mm-hmm. This is Proverbs 12 and 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor.
Right, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, because we have a conscience, and usually we tend to do the right thing, but through circumstances and conditions, we get we get corrupt. You know, I remember there's a Tupac song. He said, certain to the extent where he said, "Remind me back to a time we was too young to know." Right. Know about what? The things that we're doing right now. Because when you're kids, you're just innocent. All you want to do is be happy as a kid. But then, as you start to experience life more, you tend to go in a different path that wasn't you.
That's that. What Jake said. I'm a product of my environment.
Yeah.
Like,
you start adopting things, based on circumstances. I'm not saying that every Jake that's their situation, but a lot of Jakes is like that. Some Jakes they just want to be in the hood. They grow up in two-family household, home,
Tiasa.
In the suburbs, and they want to experience the hood.
They're intrigued by it. They want to steal from the mall and get locked up.
Do all the dumb shit they could do.
Thinking that shit is cool.
Have a lot of police encounters and all of that bullshit. Go ahead.
It says, Proverbs 12 and 26, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduces him.
We naturally righteous. It's in our spirit to do certain things. We have a heart. Like you do, Jake do something, like in your mind, you're like, nah, I ain't right. I ain't gonna do this. Yeah. But the nations, they don't have that conscience like we do. Because we always trying to do the right thing because it's in our spirit. You might see a homeless person, you might give them something, you might give them some food. You know what I'm saying? A family member might do you wrong, you might forgive them. Because it's in our spirit to have compassion. Because like we always say, we go to the word good. The word good means godly. Because the Most High put the spirit of godliness within us, but with that spirit is framed with the flesh to do wicked things. So say the way of the wicked, what seduceth them. That's what it influence me. Let's look at the word influence. Look at type of influence. You at your phone?
I got it.
Type in definition.
It says the capacity to have an effect.
Go straight to the etymology.
Oh, I got you.
I'm gonna break it down. The compound word. It should go back to the Latin.
Origin, English, Old French, from the medieval Latin, and fluidity, inflow.
Right.
It said from the Latin
So let me see this.
into flow.
Right. So yeah, you got the word in, which means in the course or into. They got fluor, to flow in. So that's what influence means. Means to flow. You go like you have a wind. What happens? You're gonna have paper. You're gonna have garbage. You're gonna have plastic bags being influenced or flowing in the direction of the wind. You know, and that's what happens. Our people are influenced by wickedness.
Yeah.
They go in the direction of wickedness.
Right.
By that wind. Because you go on a boat, and now that wind could either, flow you or steer you to dry land, or it could make you crash into the rocks.
That's why they got that term, bad influence.
Bad influence.
I got the meaning real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is bad influence. It says something or someone that teaches others to do wrong or encourages wrong actions and thoughts by example.
There you go.
That's Esau,
Yeah, because our people are influenced by all the wrong things.
Yeah.
Because you could be influenced by the right things. Because the scripture saying that the spirit is a wind.
Yeah.
And we know not where it comes from. But that you being, influenced in righteousness.
Yeah, like the other brother put up today, how the like the smart dude smart, he put up about the hip hop industry.
Yeah.
And they said it's the modern day, it's digital crack.
Yeah.
Because it's influencing our people to do evil.
Mm-hmm.
And the so-called Jews is the ones that run the whole thing.
And they monetizing it.
They monetizing. Here it is. They try to say, oh, they locking Jacob for talking about killing each other in the songs, but y'all the same niggas that's signing them. Why
you signing them?
You,
So the next Jake comes behind,
yeah,
and he seen how he got signed, so he's gonna follow after that format.
exactly.
So that format works for 5 other artists, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it work for me.
Yep.
So they influence. You start saying, well, this person had his face tatted, so I'm gonna get my face tatted. This person is dressing zesty, so I'm gonna act zesty. This person is doing this for clout, and he got 1 million views from whatever he did. So I'm gonna do the same thing. And guess who monetizing on it? The small hats.
Yep.
So it's all bad influence. Good.
Another quick point. You said bad influence, right? And then you got easily influenced. And who is easily influenced? The youth. Really the youth. Because they don't got a mind of their own at the time. They're impressionable. You know what I mean? So that's what they target. In the school systems now with this whole alphabet agenda, our kids that's 6, 7 years old, they growing up into that type of lifestyle. We grew up in a demonic way too, but now it's even worse. So you got that started in the school, and then you got this whole deaf music that's with a whole plateau that's being exalted.
Niggas rapping about all the bodies, people
man.
that they shot, people they killed, that the cops never had no information on. But now they do because they rapping about it. It becoming viral, so other niggas rap about niggas they killed.
Mitch caught a body about a week ago. Yes. And another thing, like the brother was building on in schools and interviews now, they ask you what you identify yourself as. We didn't come up with that shit.
Right.
My name is Joe Schmo, and I identify as he, him. Like, what the fuck is that?
And that's Esau culture. That's Esau pussing that shit. And he got them bugged out Jakes that the only friends are Edomites. And they try to become, because you look at the teachers now, the teachers today, they're all bugged out. Maybe the black woman that's teachers, and they might be young, but they bugged out. Whereas, when you was coming up, a lot of the teachers, they had more like a more firm mind.
Right.
And they was more up there in age. You got teachers now 22, 23. 24 very experienced life. And then they're trying to push their philosophy on the kids. You know, that
Ephesians 4:14, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine.
so that's what? Being influenced. Being influenced by what? And it says it right there. By different doctrines. You know, telling a child that there's nothing different between a male and a female outside of their, you know, general areas. What about hormones? You know, the hormones make a difference. That's like saying, you know, what makes a difference between a dog and a cat, or a human and a cat? Everything about them makes something different. Bone structure, DNA, physical anatomy. Well, the anatomy itself is what separates them. Their spirit is what separates them. Like a cat, you can have like big cats, right? You can have a cheetah, and you can have a leopard. Now they both big cats, and they both spotted, you know, big cats with spots, but they separated through spirits. You know, you can't just say, well, they're all the same because, you know, they all got spots and all. That's a fool. That's a person that got problems.
Right. Yes. It says that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine. Like the brothers is building on, you know, the simple believing for every word. You know? That's why even going down to us, you know, you can't believe every news article you read, you know, every breaking news that comes out. You got to try the spirit, whether it be of the Most High or not. You know, we ain't supposed to be caught up with every wind and doctrine, right? But that's Jake. Jake is going to get caught up. They're going to fall to the snares and the traps of the devil.
They eat into anything, man.
Yeah.
Anything that has to do with hidden information, hidden knowledge. They just dissect it, you know, and not, you know, not considering some shit is misinformation.
Right.
Like Jake will learn about, you know, like let's say the super elite families, but then he'll throw in there reptilians,
Right.
and shit like that.
Right.
You know, because they all messed up. They don't know what truth and what's not truth. They don't have no discernment. They don't have the fundamentals of anything. Like our fundamentals of the scriptures. If it's not in the scriptures, we know it ain't true.
Right. Scriptures is definite. Everything else is gray area. It can be, could be, possibly. Oh, one more verse, bro. It says, every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness whereby they lie and wait to deceive. And that's what this devil MO is. That's what brother from Chicago, he said, Jake is scam likely. You know? That's 2/3 of our people, they're scam likely. They just portray themselves to be loving, caring, kind, family oriented. In reality, they none of those things. Truth seekers, the woke people, right? They're scam likelies. Esau is scam likely. He portrays himself to be the righteous, the just, the wise, right? The humble, the meek, the caring. But he's the damn devil, right?
Right. Now, that word craft, it means to be skilled at something. A person to have a craft, that's a skill. That's when you have witchcraft.
Right.
Because you can have abundance of witches, but not every witch is skilled on summoning demons. So you have levels of witches, or you know, people that can summon, you know, certain spirits of demons. Some people are more crafty with lying. Like that's why, you know, the best attorney to get is the so-called Jew.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he know how to finesse the system and, you know, talk your case out of what you did. You could be guilty. When you hire a so-called Jew lawyer, you know, it's gonna cost a lot of money, but it's gonna be worth it. because they're very crafty when it comes to deception.
Yeah. You know his way with words.
Because you know what it is? You know, the court system is not based on what is truth and what's not true. It's about what can be proven in the court of law.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, in a lot of accusations be bullshit anyway. For the so-called Jew, he'll find the loopholes within the law and you know, bring the charges down or even dismiss.
Right.
Yep.
I know this is Psalms chapter 59, verse 2. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity, save me from bloody men. Yeah, so the workers of iniquity, it's talking about the wicked and also our people, because you have Jake, you have Jakes that hunt for other Jakes.
Right.
So they're working iniquity.
Yeah.
And iniquity is sin upon sin. And save me from bloody men. Now, who's the bloody man? The caveman, the one who had us in our slavery. They were working us in the fields. They were having their way with our women, and also they were just killing us, brutalizing us. They have something called a butt breaking, which they would completely shame and emasculate a man, a strong so-called black man in front of his family, in front of his woman and children, so that the woman would grow the boy, like a little girl, so it won't get hurt, and also grow the girl like a little boy. They would do role reversal.
And the demon man weak.
Yeah.
Show that he don't got no power in the sight of her eyes. That tell you that what he lives on him.
Yeah.
It's called the independent free zone. So when she see that, she's psychologically like, oh no, my man don't got a power.
Yeah.
And then she raised him up. Like you said, the kid, according to Esau, is doing. What was the favorite thing your mother said? Be quiet, go to school.
Yeah.
Get a job. Try to conform you to the ways that you're supposed to. You gotta work. You know what I'm saying? But your mother like stress it. You go to college, you do that. That all go back from slavery.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they already know. They looking at the man like you ain't got no power, nigga. You gonna shut up and do what you told.
They see Esau the power. They see Esau as God, because you're a woman. A woman is a weaker vessel. So when she see all of that go down, she's not gonna have any faith in her man. She's not gonna have any faith in the Lord to know that that's the man, that's my leader. She's gonna see that there's no hope. I'm in slavery, and my boy is gonna grow up, and that's the same thing that's gonna happen. If he cross the line.
Yeah, like the brothers is building the woman's not a warrior. She's not a rebel.
Right.
So she's going to look for the safe, secure rebel. That's why don't speak back, don't fall in line, listen, follow instructions, be quiet, But the man is going to be naturally rebellious.
Right.
Because we're the leaders and warriors.
Show you that in school.
Yeah. The boys always got in trouble.
Yeah, go in trouble. He's cutting class.
Yeah.
The woman, she's sitting there taking everything in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And,
verse 3. For lo, they lie in wait for my soul. The mighty are gathered against me. The mighty, this day and age, the so-called white people, because they're mighty and we're weak. We are sheep, and they're the
predators.
We're sheep and they're the predators. The mighty are gathered against me. There is absolutely nothing you can do when the so-called white man comes after you, because he's gonna come with the army. Police, the SWAT team. That's a small army. when he wants you, he's gonna come get you. The FBI, that's the mighty, the CIA. Not for my transgression, nor for my sin, oh Lord. So we want the Lord to have mercy on us, because we put this on ourselves ultimately, but in a grand scheme of things, we had to go off, and I had to work for the kingdom of heaven, because it's the Most High's movement.
Right.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity.
Yeah, so folly is set in great dignity. TikTok, that's folly. What's going on right now with the alphabet people? They're trying to push their agenda on our children, and try to label every rapper, celebrity, Jake Man as being bi. That's pushing their agenda on us.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity.
Yeah, it's set in great dignity. Now Esau knows what he's doing. He's bringing down the man solo, so that when he's ready to move in on Jake, there's nothing that a man can do, because a man is a thug, or he's an alphabet person, or he's effeminate, or he's homeless, or something. Like, we're completely destroyed. We're down here right now. So the Lord has to come. The Lord will and must have to intervene, for us to be saved and for us to win this war. This is good.
The word dignity, it's just the basic definition. It says state or quality of being worthy of honor or respect. So, Esau promotes the opposite of what is honorable. Esau promotes bullshit, death. Esau promotes homosexuality. Esau promotes, is soon to promote the MOTB. Esau's promoting anything to corrupt the children of Israel to go off. So then he's trying to prolong his rulership, but all he's doing is playing more into purpose.
Real quick, like the brother building on, just look at TikTok. Just look at TikTok, man. I downloaded TikTok this week. There's so much fucking garbage, so much mind pollution on there. It's insane. Let's just name a few. The cinnamon challenge, right? You take a scoop of cinnamon and put it in your mouth and burn the shit out your mouth.
Oh, cinnamon does that?
Yeah, raw cinnamon. Wow. The cinnamon challenge. What else we got?
Stupid dances.
The stupid TikTok dances.
Silhouette challenge.
The silhouette challenge.
Hold them upon the women of Israel.
The main thing to do too, one of the main things, is showing your attention span. Even more. It's just like this. You're so quick. It's like, yo,
right?
You don't got a chance to read one page of a book. Because you just, I'm bored. What's new? What's next? All this overconsumption of things.
You said that, because that's going to go into, what's that shit called? Oculus? Augmented reality with the VR. Thank you. Virtual reality. Everything. Esau wants to put that vibration of instant gratification. Right. So that's why you see how the videos are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. Yeah. So now you can just go and with the Uber Eats and the DoorDash, everything's at the click of a button to promote his new world order. Going into the MOTB. And the rich sit in low place.
Who's the rich? So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Really the elect, But what to tell you in Revelations, I know thy poverty, but thou art rich. We poor, we in the lowest state, but we rich because we got this knowledge. We're not ignorant to Satan's devices. Everything we build upon Jake is not talking about this. They're getting succumbed to what's going on in this world. You understand? The Lord this is a miracle that we even got this understanding. Because we'll be just like the cats. You know what I mean? Ain't like what makes us different? The thing that makes us different is that we got the Macabre with God, which is that separate spirit, which is holy, meaning separate, that came down from on high by the shedding of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shah, whom we believe on. All right? It ain't about just keeping on the laws. It's about believing on the man that the Most High set up. That's how you're going to be delivered. You know? What the scripture say? Not of works. All right? At least you boast yourselves. But of faith, which is a gift from the Most High.
Right.
Go ahead.
James chapter 2, verse 5.
Right.
Hearken, my beloved brethren.
Yep.
Have not the Most High chosen the poor of this world,
Yep.
rich in faith?
That's the spirit, the poor of this world. But we ain't got nothing. We got to be snatching up crumbs and be going back to our jail cells that night. You know? Our caves. You know what I mean? We regular common men. All right? We the worms of the earth in the lowest state. But it said rich in what?
Have not the Most High chosen the poor of this world,
Yeah, right?
rich in faith?
Rich in faith. And what's faith? In Hebrews 11:1. All right? So we can get the understanding of what faith is. Because everything is in the scriptures. The Lord gave us the playbook, man. He gave us this. You know, Satan got a way of trying to put doubt in your mind.
Right.
Listen, man, the way you even got this truth is a miracle, man.
Right.
It's a miracle.
Right.
It's a miracle. There's no other way we would have got it.
Right.
All the listen, because Esau got all the money in the world. Remember that Apostle Gabal was going to tell you how when the high priest Ariana was on the scene and on 42nd on Times Square and the limousine pulled up and they were like, how do you get this knowledge? We spent millions of dollars for you not to get this knowledge. What that mean? They was trying to cover it up, but the Lord brought it out. Because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, this word was going to come out, man. The prophets spoke about it. What's going on? Let me get that real quick.
This is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for.
So faith is a substance. No, anyway, that substance is a substance of things hoped for. What we hoping on? We hoping on the kingdom. All right? Yahweh Shah said the kingdom of heaven is within you. What that consists of? That's why he brother got that mind state of royalty. Because when you think about the kingdom of heaven, you're like, oh shit, we're going to have slaves. The world's going to be built in righteousness. We're going to have a bunch of women. Our kids is going to be intact. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. That's what we Jake wants simple things, man. That's just in our spirit. Who wouldn't want to, be a ruler and have a nice palace and have beautiful women and enjoy the fine things in life. Listen to good music and congregate with the brothers. What the hell is wrong with that? Are we really monsters because we want that? Go ahead, brother.
Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
The evidence of things not seen. It's evident that it's there, but we just don't see it. All right? Bless all your eyes when you see what the Lord said. Oh, Elder Rockaball, you see it. You haven't seen me, but you believe.
Right. Blessed are those who
Right.
see not but believe.
You see that, but believe. We don't see the Lord, but we believe. That's not hope. All right? We got what the scripture said, and we bank on that. But the Lord gave us that. That's a gift.
For by it the elders.
That's the point.
I got it. St. John chapter 20, verse 20. Yahweh Shah saith unto him, Thomas,
Right.
because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed.
Right.
Blessed are they that have not seen
Right.
and yet believe.
Yeah, blessed are they that have not seen but yet believe. And don't get it twisted. Thomas was a righteous man too, you know. He got a little doubt. He wanted to see, you know what I mean? But ain't nothing wrong with that at the same time, because he still believed, man. He was following the Lord. So when the Lord pulled up, he still had, that's the Lord. He had to believe that, right? So he ain't like, you know what I mean? It was just like, oh, word, the Lord came. I got to see that one. So, I mean, that's all that really happened. But Thomas still believes, man. He still had faith. He believed that was the Lord. You know what I mean? That was it?
Yeah, basically, because he died. Yahweh Shah died.
Right.
So the man came back to life.
Exactly.
Even though he said it, it didn't happen.
Exactly.
Nobody came back to fucking life.
Exactly.
So it should be Yahweh Shah back.
Right.
Nah, you ain't the Lord. Wait.
And Yahweh Shah showed them the hands and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. This is 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 8. Whom having not seen, ye love.
Who have not seen, ye love. You know, we love our Lord and Savior, man. That's why we out here, man. Why you think every man is out here? Why you think we on the highways and byways? All right? Did anybody put a fucking gun to our head? No. Did any man put our gun to our head? You know what I mean? The Lord put the freaking,
Yeah.
you know the scripture, so it's like, yo, hey, man, you got to shoot. Yeah, it better be out there. But I'm saying as far as men on earth, the apostles ain't putting no guns to our head and make it, you know what I mean? This is of the spirit that you believe, you come out here, man.
The Lord, Yahweh, you know, we got faith off the words, right?
Right.
But like you said, no one's physically, and you better go out there
Right.
the Lord's like, if you don't, I'm gonna join your ass.
Yeah.
If you were the subject of the prophet, you know, prophets are subject unto the prophet's lot.
Right.
You know, roughly phrasing, if you don't go out there, I'm gonna do something to you.
Right.
So you at the end of the day, you know, we ain't got no choice.
Yeah, we don't got no
We
choice.
ain't got no choice.
Yeah, and going back to, that's the faith that we believe that though. That's the thing. You know what I mean? We believe that. We know, like, yo, man, the Lord gonna jack us up if we don't come out here. You know, no matter what happens, we catch our hell in this earth, but we come out here.
Right.
So you salute every brother that you see when they come out, man. You know what I mean?
The scripture say, through the fear of the Lord, we persuade men.
Through the fear of the Lord, we persuade men. Go ahead.
Now you good. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 31. It is a fearful thing to follow the hands of the living power.
Yeah, it's a fearful thing, man, because if you really understand the dread of the Lord and what he'll do to you, man, the Lord will fucking have a sinkhole right now, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord will have lightning come down, all types of things, man. And Jake don't really fathom, they don't fathom that, you know? Yeah, they will. And even then, they ain't gonna really fully fathom it, you know? But
1 John chapter 5, verse 1. Whosoever believeth that Yahushua is the Hamashiach is born of Yahweh, and everyone that loveth him that begot loveth him also that is begotten of him. Verse 2. By this we know that we love the children of Yahweh when we love Yahweh and keep his commandments.
Right, and keep his commandments, right? Following the Lord's statutes and commandments of the Holy Scriptures that we, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, agreed upon. We made a contract with the Lord, all right? That's another thing that you cats fella understand, all right? Well, why am I going through this? Why am I in the ghetto? Why I'm doing this? Well, if you understand the Scriptures, then you go back to your past lives, all right? Upon Mount Sinai, we agreed to follow the Lord's statutes and commandments, all right? Through a blood sacrifice, through an animal sacrifice, all right? When Moses was on the scene, you know? And we broke those commandments. The Lord told us what was going to happen. The Lord told us what's going to happen. That's why Micah, he said, Micah 7:9, what he said, I will bear the indignation, which is righteous anger, of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, because I sinned against him. I broke the contract, all right? Which is all the will of the Lord, but you got to still acknowledge it. That's the thing. The Lord knows what Yahweh said. I came to bring the sinners to repentance. We all sin. But you got to acknowledge it. Lord, I did bad. You know, have mercy upon me. Salakia. You know, forgive me for my transgressions. And try to come back and follow his ways to the best you can in this flesh. But 2/3 of our people is going to fail to do that. You know?
Verse 3. For this is the love of Yahweh, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
It's not grievous, you know? Because really, the whole thing entitled what? Loving your neighbor as you love yourself, and loving the Most High above all, you know? But upon those two hang the Lord, you know? Charity, when you say charity can cover multiple sins. It says above all have charity, that's brotherly love, you know? Dealing in the scriptures, feeding the sheep, you know? Doing the work, you know? Praising the name.
Rehearsing the righteous acts.
Rehearsing the righteous acts. You're rehearsing. I was talking to a brother yesterday. I'm like, yo, man, out of all these jakes in the world, man, we the only ones that's really like trying to get back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like at least like if the Lord had to pick, I'm not saying I'm not a righteous man, you know? My righteousness is a 50 rags, our righteousness is 50 rags. You're supposed to be put to death. You know what I mean? But I'm saying as far as like going back to the fair and coming out here and doing what we gotta do to the best of our ability, trying to amend our ways, you know what I mean? Yeah. Come on, man, we grew up with the fucking I grew up in the hood. Some brothers might grow up in the suburbs, different areas. But both of us, we grew up in these neighborhoods, man. We grew up like, we talking about the influence. We got corrupted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Growing up in the projects.
Yeah, growing up in the projects, you get influenced, you get corrupted, you start doing shit that you know in your spirit is not, you're not supposed to do, but you do it anyway. Like what Paul said in Romans 7. You do it anyway, but deep down you got that conscience. And the Lord seen that, and he dealt with you, man. He's like, you know, I'm gonna get him out the fire. I'm gonna get him out. You know? I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna wake him up and bring his ass out here.
Like, you got some Jakes are more lost than other Jakes,
Right,
but there's still like a population of Jake that know what they're doing is fucked up.
Right.
And they might just turn to Islam.
Right.
They might become Christian. And they'll go every rebuttal too because they're not chosen. But it's in their spirit. You know? It's in their spirit like, nah, this ain't right. How we living is not right. This ain't right. So a lot of Jakes somewhat know, you know, in their spirit it ain't right.
Right. They try to go out and establish their own righteousness, like you said, become Muslim and things of that nature, but they don't really know.
That's why, you know, the end of the boys in the hood, you know, Dope Boy,
that's what you see.
Trey just saying, you know, he watched the news this morning, and he had nothing on his brother. Either they don't know, they don't show, or they don't give a fuck. You know, what takes place in the hood. But, you know, Jake is sick of it. You know, that's why, you know, in the 70s, you had a lot of pro-black, so-called pro-blacks, living activists. That's what Jake was trying to fight against it. Like, this ain't normal. We are supposed to be living like this. But he still figured out a way to break the man out, you know, take the man out the home, destroy nepotism. Like, let's put these women in college. So that way, you know, they don't have time to have, you know, have a dating life, have no kids. They destroy nepotism. So if you want to get a decent paying job, you're going to go to college instead of having your own business. That's why you see a lot of businesses. PC Richards and Son. Because it's such, you know, give me any name, Jones and Son. You know, because it was a family business. So he saw they want us to have family businesses. So that way we can stay reliant on the system of Esau. Johnson and Johnson. And so, you know, because before these major corporations became, you know, corporate, they were small family-owned businesses. They got bought out to corporations. That's why they have those names. Just like McDonald's, Wendy's, you know, every major corporation business, it started off as a small family business and it got bought out. It grew, it got big, and then it got bought out.
I got something.
Actually,
a little bit left.
Okay, finish it. Last verse. 1 John chapter 5 verse 4, because you're going to state.
Right.
For whatsoever is born of Yahweh overcometh the world. That's like verse. Yeah, it's like 1 John chapter 5 verse 4. For whatsoever is born of Yahweh overcometh the world, and this is the victory that overcometh the world, even our faith.
Faith, yeah. That excludes everything in the world. Man. That will keep us going. You know?
back to 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 8. Whom having not seen ye love, in whom though now ye see him not, yet believing, ye rejoice with joy unspeakable and full of glory.
That's the good news. That's the gospel. All right? We rejoice when we heard this word. And we rejoice. Like, oh, now we got something that really hope for. Right? Brothers think about the kingdom like, oh man, I can't wait. Right. Now we got an end goal. You know what I mean? It's really fucked up when you don't got that, because it's like you really focus on think about the end goal. It's like you gonna retire here and shit like that. It's like, damn, man. Even if you get some money, man, you still under the confines of the damn devil, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's nothing to look forward
It's
to.
nothing to escape from. You look at, I watch so much documentaries and people that made money, jakes, and it's like, it's all the same, man. There's no true freedom. You look at the Saudis and look at these other rich families, and they passing it down. They got legacies.
Yeah.
It's all of them. It ain't just, you know what I mean? I was just watching a thing on, Matt Hoffa. He got the little podcast. And there was one chick, he's like, yo, man, because he got a couple million, through some stock he did, whatever. He's like, yo, man, it's weird when you got the money now and you come through with the bag and your family's like, yo, I don't want it. I'm good where I'm at. Because they looking at you like,
You that
yeah, like, now you uppity. Yeah, I'm good. Or like, now you got to deal with them, but they looking at you like,
yeah, being you.
yeah, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's like, now, I mean, like, yeah, I did everything that y'all. Now I got the money and you don't want it because you want your own.
Yeah.
And it's fucked up because it's like, I'm the one who got it, and it's like he said, you like to having the money, but it's still an empty void. Like, damn, my people ain't got it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn,
Curses.
that's the curses. But just because one person got it, you might have 10 million, but then everybody around you messed up, and it's either were they looking at you weird, or it's just not really genuine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Only with you because of the money.
Yeah.
Either or.
So it's just the curses, man. What's more than that?
It says, receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your soul.
Yeah, the salvation of your souls, man. What? Getting delivered up out of here in them chariots, man. The fathership. All right? What you ignorantly know as UFOs. That's what we striving for. That's why we out here. Because we don't want to get caught up in this. You know? Go ahead.
Hebrews chapter 11, verse straight to the point 7.
Read it again. No, we read the first
One.
Hebrews chapter 11, verse 7. By faith, Noah, being warned of Yahweh, of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house.
And that's what we're doing now. We preparing a spiritual ark, all right? Because the Lord gave us the warning, all right, starting down with the apostles, the elders, all right? From Abba Bibbins, which is Elijah, which is John the Baptist, all right? Who brought back the children to the fathers, and the fathers to the children, letting us know who he is. He gave us the warning, and then it passed on down, all right? That Holy Spirit. Read it again.
Yep. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 7. By faith, Noah, being warned of Yahweh of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house.
And are we not preparing the ark spiritually? We're warning our people when we're trying to get the elect to come in, all right? The Spirit is moving, you know? We're being trumpets, all right? We're being watchmen upon the tower, letting our people know, like, yo, destruction is coming, all right? The so-called white man is coming down with great wrath. The MOTB is the infrastructure is here. They about to make a digital currency. You know, they about to do away with the dollar. They're doing planned famines. Anarchy is coming. You know? It ain't nothing sweet coming, man. You know, brothers is having dreams. I brought it out last week. I had a dream of the missiles. Then another brother, the one that Apostle Dawg did the video on, it sounded dead similar to what I said. But he said it was an EMP. I'm like, all right, but he said the same thing, that he seen it and then it covered the sky. And that's exactly what I see just on a random day. You know? And we warning our people for these things, but you know, it's the Lord's business. 2/3 of our people is not gonna get it. So we try to fish for the elect. Right. The Lord said, I'm making fishers of men. You know? We're fishing to get the elect on board. You know, Lord willing, you're a part of the elect, man. But
by the which he condemned the world.
Yeah, we condemn this world. The prophets are old, Jeremiah 28:8. All right? We condemn, we cry out, we speak against this wicked, abominable place, which is Babylon, America in the scripture, America, which is Babylon in the scriptures. All right, the place of confusion, the types of witchcraft and adultery, spiritual fornication. You know? They defiling our kids, our children, not even kids, you know what I'm saying? They play on words. They defiling our sons and daughters, our seed, you know?
Bro, look at the deception. You never even knew that was a fucking cow. You know what I'm talking
And became heir of righteousness, which is by faith.
about? The righteousness which is by faith. Because that our righteousness, but what happened with,
They got a cash app or whatever.
All right, we good.
yeah, man. Yeah, let's go and swim. Okay. Yeah.
Hebrews chapter 11, verse 9. By faith, he sojourned in the land of promise,
Yeah, which is the land of Canaan, which ultimately became the land of Israel.
as in a strange country,
Right.
dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise.
Back to 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 10, verse 9. Receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your soul,
Right.
of which salvation the prophets have inquired and searched diligently,
Right.
who prophesied of the grace that should come unto you, searching what or what manner of time the spirit of Mashiach, which was in them, did signify, when it testified beforehand the sufferings of Mashiach and the glory that should follow. Yeah, so it says, of which salvations have the prophets have inquired and searched diligently, which you see brothers are doing now. Because we are those prophets coming back. We're searching for the coming of the Lord. Right? Because the end of our faith is salvation, Lord's will. Right? That's what we're hoping for, the end goal, the destination. We hoping to be saved. We don't want to continue in this bullshit, go to school, go to college, or don't go to college, get a job, 9 to 5, 401k, retirement, baby mama drama, right? Child support, in and out of jobs and court and houses and all this other bullshit. Just to get old, to get sick and die. Either die from sickness or die from the streets. We tired of that. We hoping for salvation. We hoping to be saved from everything that Jake is living right now. So it says, of which salvation the prophets have inquired and searched diligently. The prophets were saying, how long, O Lord? How long, O Lord, must we suffer these things? How long, O Lord, must we continue to be on the bottom of the heathens? How long, O Lord, must we continue to go off? It says, who prophesied of the grace that should come onto you, which is what you witnessing now. This is the miracle and the mercies of the Lord. Us even out here prophesying and doing the work. That's mercy. Searching what manner of time, with the end times, right? The latter end. The spirit Mashiach, which was in them, that signified when it testified beforehand the sufferings of Mashiach and the glory that should follow, unto whom it was revealed that not unto themselves, but not unto us, they did minister the things which are now reported unto you by them that have preached the gospel unto you with the Holy Spirit sent down from heaven, which things the angels desire to look into. Because the scriptures say that even the angels rejoice when one sinner repents and converts and be healed and turn back to the Father. Right? So everything, the scriptures say that the creature groaneth and waited for the manifestation of the sons of men. Right? So everything is waiting for the return of Yahweh Shai.
Job chapter 8 and verse 8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers.
Yeah. Right, the former age, like now the age is talking about the time frame. So by searching of the age, you search the past. And when it said your father, it's talking about your heritage. You know, our fathers going back, you know, to the Israel.
The sun is up. So our time period here is but for both
It's a period of time.
right.
But that's how they took time back in ancient times.
Shadow.
You had a shadow clock. So you had a time, you know, a time for every bird. You got time you're born, a time you reach maturity, you got time you got old, you got time you cross over.
Right.
Hebrews chapter 6, verse 10. For Yahweh is not unrighteous to forget work and labor of love, which ye have showed towards his name. Yeah, which he had showed towards his name, in that he had ministered to the saints and do minister.
Can you read that again?
Yeah. Hebrews chapter 6, verse 10. For Yahweh is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love.
Yeah, the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, is not unrighteous to forget your work and your labor of love. Even on this side, anything, if you put the work in, all right, you're going to get rewarded. Kobe Bryant, he put the work in. All right, everybody's going to acknowledge somebody for putting work in. All right, so you think the Most High is unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love? All right, that's why the apostles and the brothers stress, do the work, constantly abound in the work. All right, which is what? Feeding the Lord's sheep. All right, bringing them back. All right, to righteousness, having them inquire about their forefathers, knowing their heritage, putting the dry bones living again. So,
which ye have showed toward his name.
Which you have showed towards his name. Rakatah Yahweh Shem Yahushua, calling on the name, exalting the name, you know?
In that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister.
And that he has ministered unto the saints. What is it to be a minister? A servant. You got to serve, all right? You got to feed the Lord's sheep. Who's the saints? The Israelites. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 11, and we do desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to.
And we do desire that every one of you show the same diligence, all right? According to the measure of faith that you got. Basically, whatever you got, go hard or go home, all right? What's that scripture? Give diligence to show that, call an extra show. Get that real quick.
And we do, and we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end.
To the full assurance of hope unto the end. All right? So we got to be on fire. All right? The Lord said, if you lukewarm, He's going to spit you out of His mouth. All right? So you're going to be hot or cold. All right? But rather that you be hot, go hard for this truth to the best of your ability. I'm speaking to myself before I speak to the choir. All right? And I'm pretty sure brothers is thinking about their soul. I got to put more work in. You got to do more.
Like you said earlier, our faith is as filthy rags.
Right.
So you got to have the mindset, you're never pleasing the Lord, but you are pleasing the Lord.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
We're the Lord's woman.
Yeah.
We're likened unto a woman.
Yeah.
So, and we're likened unto a woman, and that what does a woman do? A woman is a servant unto her man.
Yeah.
So we got to serve the Lord as if Yahweh Shem Yahushua is her man. Well, starting off with Yahushua.
Yeah. Same way when you got a woman that if she ain't serving you and she going over doing other things, you're gonna be fucking highly upset. You know?
Last verse. Verse 12. Hebrews chapter 6, verse 12. That ye be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promise.
Yeah, that you be not slothful. All right? She was talking about being not slothful in business, which is being lazy. All right? You're supposed to, put your hands to the plow. All right? Put the work in. Get your hands dirty. All right? Get your feet wet. All right? Dig in. Search of your forefathers. Make love to that woman, which is Sophia, which is the scriptures. All right? Go ahead.
This is 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 10. Wherefore, the rather, brethren, give diligence to make a calling and election sure.
Yeah, you see, he took us to the brothers. Wherefore, the rather, brethren, give diligence. All right? Look at the word diligence. All right? To make sure your calling and election sure. All right? We're hoping to be, the scripture talk about put on as the hopeful elect, as the elect. All right? All right? We out here constantly abounding the truth. Put the work in it, man. Be in season and out of season. We got other kids calling us winter warriors. That's cool. That's great. That's a compliment. Faith-based Israelites. That's even better. That's the scriptures. You know? We can't take no breaks, man. Diligence. Yeah, that's good.
The word diligence means careful and persistent work or effort.
Yeah, get the word persistence. careful, persistent work or effort, all right? Scriptures tell you in Jude to constantly contend for the faith, all right? Which is fight. And it's hard. It's not easy, man. Brothers get spiritual lows, get spiritual highs, you get beat down. I did a video yesterday that the Yahweh Shah is with us in the furnace, all right? The same way he was with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. When they said, oh, I see another man in the fire. Well, we're in the fire right now in Babylon, all right? And the heat is getting hotter and hotter, all right? But the Lord is with us, you know? Go ahead.
Persistent definition means continuing firmly, or obstinately in a course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition.
In spite of difficulty or opposition, all right?
Another synonymous word is tenacious.
Tenacious.
Be tenacious.
All right?
Determined.
Determined. Focused. All right? Be fiery. You know? In spite of all the obstacles, in spite of your financial woes, your woman being a damn demon. All right? People in the world being demons. All right?
So another synonymous word for persistent is relentless and stubborn.
Yeah, you got to be stubborn for this truth. Righteously stubborn. Not, you know what I mean? Like, nah, you making your head hard. Like, listen, man, this is what it is. All right? And we're going to pound you with this truth. As the scriptures say, give him no rest till he make Jerusalem a praise on the earth. All right? Jerusalem ain't praise on the earth, all right? You guys say that? Go ahead.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 16. For which cause we faint not,
Right.
but though our outward man perish.
Yeah, our man perishing, right? You know, brothers be having bodily elements, all right? We look like low lives, so to speak, to these people, all right? Go ahead.
Yet the inward man is renewed day by day.
The inward man is renewed day by day. And how is the inward man renewed, all right? Through that furnace of adversity. Like I said, we in the fire, all right? So the Lord got us catching hell, all right? To what? To take away them impurities out of us, all right? And our inward man is being renewed, all right? To the point, you look to the point where you don't give a fuck about nothing that's going on in this world, all right? Nothing is going to come before Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, which he does it now, but the Lord still, you know, brothers still got kinks that they gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta get perfected. You gotta get the golden tried in the fire. Acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. All right? So in the midst of the fire, Yahweh Shah is with us. You know? Just like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The Lord was with him in the fire. Yeah, in the book of Daniel. You know?
For our light affliction, which is but for a moment.
Yeah, for our light affliction. So us, you know, in the flesh is like, yeah, man, we catching hell. We ain't got no glory. The women looking at you like you ain't shit. All right? You ain't got no land. Everybody coming at you. You know what I mean? You ready to perish. You need a drink. You know? Shit is fucked up out here. Go ahead.
Which is but for a moment.
It's for a moment. I mean, it's just a time period. Like we was going into the ages. It's a time period. All right? And that time period almost up. And you can see it. Everybody can see it. All right? The Lord, thank the Lord, he gave us a sound mind. Go ahead.
Worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
Now you hear that? And working for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. So the good gonna super outweigh the bad. Eternal weight of glory. Scripture talk about a good name being better than rubies and fine gold, and it lasts forever. So the work that we do, remember the scripture say that the Lord is not forgetful. All right? Your labor of love is not unrighteous. You're gonna be in the kingdom with a high name. You know what I mean? The Lord, let's get that. The Lord crowning the elect men with crown, second Esdras, because they got the victory. That's what we fighting for. That was it. That was it on that. One more verse and we get that, and then we get the other scripture.
While we look not at the things which are seen.
Yeah, we look not at the things which are seen. All the things that's carnal, the cars, the clothes, and the hoes. you know, it's temporal, you know. And you might have a car, you might have some little money, you might have a little girl, but we still looking forward to the kingdom. You know what I mean? Don't get that shit misconstrued. All right? The ultimate goal is the kingdom. At the end of the day, we men.
But at the things which are not seen,
which is the kingdom. The things that we hope for. That's the faith. The chariots, we see the chariots though. Yeah, like, you know, I know what you mean. You know what I mean? Spiritual power. Yeah, just even imagining and seeing your people all in righteousness. That's one thing in itself. Yahweh Shah, we want to see Yahweh Shah. We want to see our Lord and Savior, man. And thank him. You know what I mean? And thank him. Really be in favor with the Lord. You know your name personally. You know, he named us all. Good, man. Believe in me.
You want to hear come up hither.
Yeah, come up hither. In the Hebrew, right? Yeah.
For the things which are seen are temporal.
Temporal, like we just spoke of. All this is temporal, man. This life is not real. This life, we just here. This life is a false reality. I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, yo, we really about to go back to the ancient times. It's so different from what we dealing with now. Okay, you got women exalted and they giving their opinion, telling you what to do. This shit is fucking madness, bro. Yeah, compassion, man. Come on, man. This shit is madness. Israelite woman really fixing her mouth at you.
But the things which are not seen are eternal.
It's eternal. All right? We gonna live forever, man. We gonna live forever. Come on, man. And you got cats thinking that's impossible. You niggas lack faith, man. You know, but the Lord ain't gifted you with that. I can see it clear as day, the Lord turning us around and giving you a spiritual body so where you can last forever. Look at the earth. Look how the sun go up every day. The sun been going up since the beginning of time. Since the angels made it, since the Alahaya made it with the Lord. And the sun been going up, the moon been going up. Has it ever stopped? So how much more the people that's on the earth? These damn fucking idiots. Go ahead. Oh, that's it?
Romans chapter 8, verse 35. Who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? Verse 36. As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long.
And to answer that question, nothing can separate us from the love of Yahweh. But if the Lord put it in our spirits, you know what I mean? And Lord forbid that. All right? Because we catch hell. We go through all this. But we still here. We here Saturday. All right? The apostles are still here. All right? We still doing the work to the best of our ability. All right? We still calling on the name. We still believe. Yeah, we're enduring.
We're enduring all this stuff that the Lord's dishing out at us to purify us, to make us, to get rid of that dross.
Yeah, to get rid of that dross. So the Lord gonna keep putting the fire to your ass, man. And brothers is catching fire. Trust and believe. For us to even still have a sound mind. But it's for this. This is what it's for.
We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. Yeah, so, you know, we're a sheep compared to a goat. A goat is gonna put up a fight, but we're O thy Jacob, thy worm.
Thy worm Jacob.
It's like O thy worm Jacob. We have no defense but these scriptures. We have no defense but Yahweh Shah. We're not out here having actual swords or guns or this, that, and forth. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, man. This is a spiritual warfare, Ephesians 6. Go read it, man. You got to put on the whole armor. And like the brother brought out, and I got to bring this out, that we have spiritual loads. But guess what? It's not how you got knocked down. It's how you get your ass up from getting knocked down. A man shall
keep going.
Yeah, man shall fall 7 times.
A just man shall fall 7 times.
Yeah, but
he get back up.
Yeah, man. We fall. We this is a battle. If you really think about it, we're undefeated. If Lord willing we are the elect, we're undefeated. The house shall undefeated. You know?
And this is what we travel for. This is the end goal. But
Second Esdras chapter 2, verse 42.
right.
I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people,
Right.
whom I could not number,
That's going into the elect, all right? The 144,000 as well as the rest of the 1/3. The men, women, and children. All right? Go ahead.
and they all praised the Lord with psalms.
Yeah, so we all going to be praising the Lord with songs. Songs represent what? We got the victory. Like you said, we undefeated. We got the victory, all right? It's already written, man. These people just don't know it yet. These people think Esau with his agenda, all right? These people with their agenda, these lower level peons with the alphabet movement and all these fucking ideologies and philosophies they got going on in their mind, they don't know it. Go ahead.
And in the midst of them, there was a young man of high stature,
In the midst of them, there was a young man of high stature,
taller than all the rest.
taller than all the rest, talking about Yahweh Shah. And it's showing you that he's in his glory. Young man, all right? So he ain't going to be looking old and broken down. He's going to be in the prime of his life, so to speak. Yeah. Celestial bodies. Really, extraterrestrial. But we're going to be up on the terrain in celestial bodies. You know? But,
And upon every one of their heads, he set crowns.
and upon every one of the elect heads, boom, the men, boom, 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 boom. Lord willing, he set crowns. Go ahead.
And was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly.
Yeah, the Lord's gonna be more exalted. He's gonna be taller than all the rest. He's gonna be more exalted. Because he the only begotten of the Son, all right? He put on for the nation of Israel. Right, that's the one, that's the God. That's Yahweh Shah. That's the perfect man. All right? He shed his blood. All right? He went on the cross. He endured. All right? Scripture talk about consider the cross. All right? The Lord being the author and the finisher of our faith. All right? Matter of fact, get that. Consider Yahweh Shah. You know what I'm saying? The author and finisher of our faith. Keep going.
So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these?
Right.
He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing.
Yeah, these they that put off the mortal clothing. All right? Because our bodies is going to be changed. All right? The scriptures talk about in the twinkling of an eye. All right? You shall be changed. So the Lord is going to strip us of these mortal clothing. All right? And put on the immortal. All right? Which is that perfect body that's likened unto Yahweh Shah. Which the Lord's statute commandments is going to be in us. All right? And we're going to never go off. We ain't going to never sin. All right? But
And put on the immortal,
put on the immortal. Right.
and have confessed the name of the Most High.
Woo, and have confessed the name of the Most High. All right? And what's his name? Yahweh. He is. All right? And what's his son name? Yahweh Shah. I tell you that in Proverbs 30:4. All right? What is his name and what is his son's name? If thou to tell. All right? Scriptures talk about then begin I to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name. It ain't fucking Jesus. All right? That ain't the holy name. IUIC. But
Now are they
crown.
now are they crowned and receive alms.
Yeah, which is the victory. All right, we crowned. All right, and that's going into the kingdom. You know, and that's what we fighting for. That's why we out here, no matter what happens, man. All right, every individual. All right, because the scripture talk about work out your own salvation. Like the brother was going into earlier. Even if you fucking something happen, you know what I mean? And you know, mistakes, whatever happen, and you gotta be out there by yourself. You gotta still push. You know? Because it's not a thing of pleasing men. It's a thing of pleasing the Most High. And he gave you this knowledge, all right? To exalt your talents. All right? To the best of your ability.
Then said I unto the angel, what young person is this that groundeth them
Oh yeah.
and giveth them palms in their hands?
Right.
So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world.
Come on, man. That prophecy, that's a future prophecy, but at the same time, it's like the angels, like that's the ones that was preaching. Basically, what we doing right now. All right, read that again.
So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world.
Look up confessed real quick. Who they have confessed in the world, all right? Are we not confessing Yahweh Shah? Confess. Oh, confess. All right, who they confessed in the world? We confessing Yahweh Shah. We letting you know what he did, all right? Who he coming back for? Who's he dealing with? All right, what's his ways? Behold, he come in the volume of the book. But
I don't like this definition, but confess. The first part, admit or state that one has committed a crime or is at fault in some way.
find a better one.
Yeah.
Etymology.
One second. Etymology of confess. Straight to the point. To acknowledge.
Yeah, perfect. Who we acknowledge in the world. That's what we did. That's what we doing. All right, we're acknowledging Yahweh Shah. All right, we're keeping his name alive.
To admit,
to speak, to tell. All
say.
right,
Yep.
giving you the attributes of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, who they confessed in the world. All right, that was it. Go ahead.
Hebrews chapter 12, verse 2. Looking unto Yahushua, author and finisher of our faith,
Right.
who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross.
Yeah, the joy that was set before him, but the Lord knew he was going to get the victory. All right? That's why he endured the cross. Meaning what? He was thinking upon the kingdom. He was thinking like, I'm about to get that name. You know what I mean? That's why what he said at the end, it is finished. And then he gave up the ghost. All right? That's why he told the male factor that was on his right hand side that you're gonna be with me in paradise. You know what I mean? The Lord is second in command of all things. He said it, all power is given unto me in earth and in heaven. You know, and that's the power we serving. So how much more us? Joint heirs. So that means we above all these spirits out here, man. If we the elect, we above, we the first fruits of the spirit. We was with Yahweh Shah to help build this entire planet. That's why we going so hard over it. That's why we so disgusted at the scum that's in it and that's doing filth in it. That's how we know after 1,000 years, Esau's gonna be eradicated because there's no need for wickedness. The Lord is showing us the wickedness now. He's out of here after that. He's gonna serve his punishment and he's gone. And the heathens is gonna be there to what? Serve the Israelites. You know? And they're gonna be all right. And then they're gonna go on. We're gonna judge them. Through the spirit of power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, thus say the scriptures. It ain't nothing of my doings. This is how the Lord orchestrated it. Right.
Despising the shame.
Yeah, despising the shame. Because his own people would spat at him. They said, let the blood be on our hands and our children. That's why 2/3 of you niggas is gonna fucking die. You fucking lesbians, you fucking homosexuals, Salakia, excuse my French. You know, Salakia. But that's why the judgment is coming. That's why you're not exempt.
They go to the channel.
Huh? You know what I mean?
Subscribe to GMS Paycom over 3.
Right.
It's coming.
Right. That's why John the Baptist said, who escaped you to flee from the wrath to come? All right? You got to pay for that. Come on, you threw that out there in the air. Let the blood be on our hands and our children's. All right. The Lord God said for you.
themselves in the reincarnation.
Yeah, talk about themselves in the reincarnation. Why do you think slavery was so brutal? That was for no reason. Why do you think our people getting shot down in the streets now? Our women killing their own children, being lesbians and things of that nature. I mean, go ahead.
And is set down at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh.
So Yahweh shines on the right hand of the throne. All right? And Yahweh shines not just sitting there, he's making things happen. In my Father's house is many mansions. I go to prepare a place for you. The Lord is preparing a place on the planets, dwelling places. He's getting ready for us to rule. We gotta just see it through. Yeah, I'm sorry, I was thinking that. You know what I mean? We gotta trust the process. You know what I mean? We gotta take the load. We gotta suffer. These women don't know what's going on. All that damn pride, man. What? That was this? That's what going on.
This is Isaiah chapter 53, verse 3. He is despised and rejected of men.
Right.
A man of sorrows.
I mean, of sorrows, man. I can relate to that. Brothers can relate to that. Because the scriptures tell you that. And much wisdom is more sorrow. Get that Ecclesiastes? But
And acquainted with grief.
Acquainted with grief, man. The Lord suffered, man. He was going through it. Because he see his people, man. And he knew that from his ministry, from when he was born, man, from when he was growing up. He knew that one day he gotta die for the sins of his people, man. And he's in the flesh, so it ain't like it was an easy walk. Right to the Lord, they say he was a wild but he drunk. He ate. I mean, he just, he took it easy. When he prophesied, he was stern. He was an austere man. You see this? We talking about the Lord. What you niggas do? Y'all don't talk about the Lord like how we talk about the Lord, man. Go ahead.
And we hid, as it were, our faces from him.
Right.
He was despised, and we esteemed him not.
Right.
Surely he has borne our grief.
Yeah, the Lord borne our grief. He took the weight of Israel on his shoulders, man. All right? Nobody else did that, man. Nobody else will ever do that, man. He's going to get the ultimate praise and glory. You niggas just keep trying to be the one when you're not the one. You're supposed to just fall in line. Fall in line. All right? It's a spirit that created you. The Most High created him. Yahweh Shah fell in line. You're supposed to be the example. That's why the Lord said, the greater thou art, the more humble you be. You know? You got these leaders in these other camps trying to exalt themselves. All right? And you only make yourself look stupid. Because you trying to put yourself in a position that you're not. You got fucking niggas out here talking about they King David. Oh, you out your damn mind? What?
And carried our sorrows. Yet we esteemed them stricken, smitten of the Most High, and afflicted.
Yeah, you just seeing them. Mary and Joseph's son? Isn't that his father, the carpenter? Hey, that sound like, you know how Jake is, man. What you talking about, him? That's the Lord? You out of your mind. I don't believe that. That can't be the old Mary and Joseph's son.
But he was wounded for our transgression.
Yeah, he was wounded. He had to shed his blood. All right? I remember the elder brother said it a couple weeks ago. That whole, when the Lord had to drag the cross, and that was a whole ceremony of like what happened with the lamb being slaughtered in the temple, and so to speak. You know? But
he was bruised for our iniquities.
Right. That's why he's known as the Lamb of the Most High. All right? He had to shed his blood for the redemption of the nation of Israel to redeem us back to the Father. Because the Lord always requires a blood sacrifice, and he was the ultimate sacrifice. You know? But
the chastisement of our peace was upon him.
The chastisement of our peace was upon him. All right? So the Lord had to pay everything that, all the sins, everything that we went through. That's why his blood is going to touch his blood. You know? And that's why we worship him. That's another thing. You got cats so bold and speak out their damn tongue that you guys supposed to worship Yahweh Shah. You see what I'm saying? Yes, sir.
Precept. Luke 17:10. 11. Leviticus 17:11. For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your soul. For it is the blood that maketh atonement for your soul. Therefore I say unto the children of Israel, no soul of you shall eat the blood, neither shall every stranger that sojourneth among you eat blood. That was it. Nah, y'all broke out the point of Yahweh Shah. He had shedded, the Lord shedded his blood for the atonement for the nation of Israel's sins, starting with the elect. That's why the Lord requireth a blood sacrifice.
And with his stripes we are healed.
Yeah, with his stripes we are healed. That sacrifice, that blood sacrifice. All right? We are healed. Through that, the Lord was able to loosen the seals thereof, all right, to give us back this understanding. All right? And the kingdom of heaven starts with this understanding. That's how we build it on. The kingdom of heaven is in you. And the Lord had to, he had to. There was no other way. That's why what happened in the Garden of Gethsemane, which the Garden of Gethsemane was oil pressed, all right? The Lord asked the Father, like, can you take this? The Lord ain't even answering. The Most High ain't answering. And that's when the Lord knew, like, you know what, it is what it is. And as soon as he did that, that's when the two came with Judas. And that's when everything took place. The Lord didn't even get no sleep that night.
Now, this is on Proverbs 20 and 30. The blueness of a wound cleanseth away evil. So do stripes the inward parts of the belly. That's the point. You know, it says that the blueness of a wound, that's in the stripes. Right. That's what Yahweh Shah underwent. You know? And it says that's what cleanses away evil. Right. So Yahweh Shah had to be beat, killed, for us, you know, to receive forgiveness.
Right.
You read that for me? You didn't read that?
Verse Isaiah chapter 53, verse 10.
Right.
Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him, he that put him to grief, but thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin. He shall see his seed, he shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of the Lord shall prosper in his hand.
And so it pleased the Lord to bruise his only begotten son. All right? Because for the situation now. Can you read that scripture one more time?
Yes. It's Proverbs 20 and 30. The blueness of a wound cleanseth away evil.
See, it cleanseth away evil. And through the shedding and what the Lord had to go through, ultimately it's going to cleanse away all his evil from earth. All right? Because it united us back with the Father, you know, through his blood. And ultimately what's happened? The Lord, the Most High is going to send his son to do away with all this wickedness that's on the face of the earth. All right? And cleanse this earth and bring it back to righteousness. All right? A new heaven and a new earth where it dwelleth righteousness. Go ahead, bro.
So do stripes the inward parts of the belly.
Right. You got something? You got something? Go ahead.
This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 13.
Right.
I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like unto the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven,
right,
and came to the Ancient of Days,
right,
and they brought him near before him.
This is one like unto the Son of Man. Y'all see how Shah speaking, all right? And this is after he got the victory, all right? So they brought him before. This is after he got put on the cross, all right? We're going to Acts, the first chapter. The apostles seen him, and then the angel said, "Why y'all marveling? The same way y'all see him go up, and the same way we're gonna come back." All right. So when he went back up, he was going before the Father. Go ahead.
And there was given him dominion.
You see that? because he already got the victory. Yahweh Shah said it when he was on the cross. It is finished. The scriptures tell you, Romans consider the joy that was set before him. He endured the cross because he knew he was about to get the victory. You know, in the flesh, again, Lord, you know what I mean? But we all gonna go to that moment, that Garden of Gethsemane moment, that ultimate test, where you might think you just forsake it. You know? When your anxiety just running. You know, the Lord was having anxiety. You know, he was sweating as if blood was coming out of his pores. That's how thick his sweat was. You know? It ain't gonna be no fucking easy thing, man. It's not gonna be no easy thing. And when that time comes, people talk a good one, but when that time comes, you gotta pray and hope that the Lord strengthen you to get through it. Yeah, the Lord will put that spirit on you. That's the only way, man. Because it's gonna get thick, man. It's gonna get thick. But
There was given him dominion and glory,
right,
and the kingdom that all people, nations, and languages should serve him.
right.
His dominion is an everlasting dominion.
And that's the kingdom of heaven. Rulership on earth. You talking about you shall reign on the earth
Forever.
forever.
It's not going to be an age.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be an age.
For eternity.
Yeah.
Because every other kingdom was an age or an era. But our kingdom is said to be everlasting, meaning for eternity. Forever.
That's what you think, man.
Which shall not pass away.
But what you said, it shall not pass away. It's going to be a continual kingdom. A billion, trillion years from now, we're going to still look like young men, have millions of kids, and the earth is going to be beautified. You know, we're going to expand. We're going to be on other planets. We're going to be gardens and gardens. Yeah. All everything, man. You could imagine. Since you say, eyes have not seen, nor ears have heard what the Lord God stole for them that love him. This is just the beginning. It said Jacob is the beginning of that following. This is just the beginning. You know? But
And his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed.
yep. That was it. And 7. 18.
Daniel chapter 2, verse 44. And in the days of the kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom, which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
Yeah, so that's going into now where the kings is ruling, the days of the kings, all right? But the Lord is setting up a kingdom, starting with his men, starting with Yahweh Shah, all right? Which shall never be destroyed. And the Lord is going to come back and destroy this place, all right? And establish the nation of Israel as the only kingdom to rule, all right? Which is Yahweh Shah's kingdom, which was given to him from the Most High. And the Lord making us joint heirs, you know? That's why we got to... Yeah, you got it one more time.
Daniel chapter 2, verse 44. But it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms.
Yeah, all these kingdoms that you see now. All right, the rulership of the Edomites, as well as, you know, it's not just them that's ruling. They in league with, you know, China got rulership. You know, the kings of the earth. You know, they got the General Assembly right now that's going on in the UN, the United Nations building. So the kings of the earth coming together, discussing the New World Order. The Lord is about to come back and destroy that. And in the midst of all that, he's setting up his kingdom, right? Which is man. The kingdom of heaven is in us, you know, with this knowledge. And we're just waiting for the Lord to return, you know?
That's it, Lamar.
Bring up yours.
Second Ezra 2 and 40.
Oh, really? Yeah, go ahead.
Nah, if you read it.
You can bring it up.
It says, I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people who I could not number.
Yeah, because we talked about it earlier. Like, that's the ultimate goal. All right, that's what we're fighting for. That's what we're trying to be in that stead. All right? Did that song, The Saints Come Marching In? Oh, I want to be a part of that number. That's what we really want, man. Go ahead, bro.
It says, I, Ezra, saw upon Mount Zion a great people, whom I cannot number, and they all praise the Lord with songs.
Yeah, we all praise the Lord with songs, all right? You know, we're thanking the Lord that we got the victory. Let's don't go into it.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a grand party.
Right.
You know, Jake, you know, we the masters of bullshit. We partying now.
Right.
But in the kingdom, because it always happens. Whenever the Lord deliver us, or He saved us, or we escape something, we party right after.
Right.
So this is going to be the biggest party of all parties.
Maybe we get more hangovers.
That's right.
Wake up and continue.
So it says, and they praise the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest. And upon every one of their heads, he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel, and he said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, and have put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahweh. Now are they crowned and received with palms. And like brothers was going into earlier, you know, brothers is tired of living in the conditions that they living in. They realizing that everything about life is wrong or it's a lie, you know. So we put off the mortal clothing, right? We put off being a nigga, spick, right? Uncle Tomahawk and Uncle Tom's, sellouts, jigaboos, right? Porch monkeys, Sambos, Martin Lawrence, Will Smith, right? The clowns of this world. We put off all that shit, right? And we put on the immortal clothing, right? The clothing of the scriptures. So it says, Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowned them and giving them palms in their hand? And what does palms represent? Palms represents peace, right? Two nations was at odds with each other, or there was like tension, or they was about to go to war, and one nation didn't want to go to war with the other nation, they would give them an olive branch, or they'll give them a palm, which symbolizes peace. So Yahweh Shai is going to give us palms, which symbolize we're going to be in a time of peace. Right? So it says, it giveth them palms in their hands. So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh Shai. Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord thy power thou hast seen. Right. And this is what we telling y'all. Even though there ain't no listeners, we telling our people that greatness is coming.
It's virtue now. You know, they may not be here, but they watching. They watching on the web now, so everything is digital. You know, that's why we have the YouTube.
The scriptures say, comfort one another with these words. We telling y'all what's the escape. Not alcohol, not drugs, not sex. This right here is the escape. This is the ticket, right? The ticket to salvation. All right? Not today, sister. This is the ticket of salvation, right? Yeah. No welfare today, sister. Shit, we need welfare. Shit, we need help, you know? But this is what our people need. This is what we're telling them. These are the great things to come. No more drama, no more toxic, bad relationships, broken households, man against woman, woman against man, right? And all the other bullshit that consists with this life. This is going to be a thing of the past.
It's Isaiah 9 and 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
And I ain't talking about no average man. Right. I ain't talking about no mere mortal. Because you got a lot of Old Testaments saying that, you know, that's talking about Jacob. That's talking about Israel. No, that's talking about Yahushua. Right. The government was laid upon his shoulders. Right. The church, the nation of Israel started with the elect, is built upon him. Right? Me and the brothers just building upon it earlier. Israel had their own. We had the Lord, statutes, and commandments, which made us righteous and made us just before the Father. But when Yahushua came, all that was a thing of the past. Now our justification and our righteousness is justified before Yahushua.
Yeah. That would be the kingdom. That's his government. Where government is to rule. It says unto us his son is given, and the government to be upon his shoulder. His name should be called Wonderful Counselor. That's what Yahushua did. He counseled us with the Most High, bringing peace. The Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. The increase of his government in peace, there should be no end. Upon the throne of David, upon his kingdom. So that would mean he had to come out of the lineage of David. Yep. Because for you to sit on the throne, you got to be of a royal line.
Right.
And it says, and upon his kingdom to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth even forever. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform.
This is Numbers 24 and 17. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not now. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Seth. And that star is Yahushua, right? You know what I mean? And it says, and the scepter shall rise out of Israel. That's that rulership, all right? Yahushua being the chief governor, you know? The Prince of Peace. You know, he brought us the peace with the Father by shedding his blood. Ultimately, when we subdue the whole earth, everything will be at peace, man. You know?
Ephesians chapter 2, verse 20, straight to the point. That's what you said. And are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets. Yahushua HaMashiach himself being the chief cornerstone.
Yeah, the chief cornerstone. All right, that's what, and that's another thing. That's the cornerstone. What? It holds the foundation of the building together. You know, and that's it. Yeah. So
Finish your point.
That's the point. All right, cool. With that, you know, Lord willing was edifying, and with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, B'Kakudash.
double honor to the apostle of the great millstone. This shall take it off for the light. Shalom, above all. Shalom. These niggas just come out of nowhere.